the tulpa.
I fed the tulpa.
Well, part of it is that we're sitting and joking about it, but we're also feeding the tulpa by blasting this out to our listeners. And
What
also,
are we doing?
that was the thought that kept me fucking paralyzed awake last night as I sat because I'll go through eventually. We'll eventually tell the tale about how my apartment buildings seems to be pretty haunted. We have several members of my apartment complex that have seen ghosts in our apartment complex, and I went down to the recycling bin last night where they've been seeing these fucking ghosts.
Really?
And I'm walking around there, and now all I'm seeing is the white dude fucking with the red lips just appearing over the cars and shit.
Scary stuff. I don't know. Dangerous territory we're playing in here.
Well, you asked earlier how to fight back.
I did.
Now, it could actually be argued that the movie Men in Black and the subsequent sequels actually serve against the interests of the real Men in Black, as the movies portray them as a lovable organization protecting humanity, complete with like a cute song.
Really?
Propaganda.
I think if you want to take it really far, and this is my own thinking here, with, of course, influenced by The Invisibles, that if you believe that some movies are made for purposes other than money, that some movies are, in essence, magic rituals, then it could be that Men in Black was actually made to combat the evil tulpa entities accidentally created by Albert Bender.
It also did make a lot of money.
It did. It really did.
A bunch.
Wait, guys, and so can I actually then tell you? So I have actually been working on my Tommy Lee Jones impression. Can I do it now? Can I do it? Okay. I can't quit you.
I think that's Brokeback Mountain.
No.
It's not even an old person.
I can't quit you guys.
I think they were
Fix me.
They were in their 20s, I think, during that film.
Interesting. Better than not quitting you.
It's an impression, though, and so we're getting there.
Well, the Men in Black, they need fear. So if the tulpa theory is true, then it's possible that the real Men in Black share more with Tinkerbell than Tommy Lee Jones.
Whoa,
Oh, Marcus, quit your scalding reviews of the Men in Black.
Well, I'm going there.
One star.
I'm going there. But on the other hand, Albert Bender's visions could have an explanation that is firmly rooted in known science. Okay. Epilepsy.
Yeah. He was smelling weird shit.
Yeah. Hallucinations, migraines, all of this could have been the result of single partial seizures, also known as Jacksonian epilepsy.
And also, I love this study. This was great, Marcus. I forgot about this.
Yeah. Even the poltergeist activity mentioned could be linked to this, as it has been theorized that the unique neurological makeup in the brains of epileptics is firmly tied to RSPK, recurrent spontaneous psychokinesis.
Okay.
There's something about the way their neurons fire that could tap into some sort of telekinetic activity.
So does it make it less real, or is it still a real phenomenon?
This is always the question, Kissel.
Yes.
Like, this is a part of what we're talking about here, is that is perception then reality? Like, does it become real? Like, is there also a part of it is every single thing that we now view in the paranormal umbrella, is it just science yet to be discovered?
Yeah. Now, even the trip to Antarctica by Albert Bender could have just been a hypnagogic waking dream. Hypnagogic being the state between wakefulness and sleep. Like, you know these types of dreams, like when you're about to go to sleep and suddenly you feel like you're falling,
right?
Or you like have one of those dreams where the dream is set like halfway between your bedroom and your imagination,
right?
Oh yeah, it's like I woke up last night from a dead sleep. Imagine I had a water bottle squeezed between my legs and I was pissing while I was like shooting water all over the sidewalk, and then I woke up really having to pee.
There you go.
I actually had one of these while we were researching this. I had a dream that me and Henry were interrogating a man in black in my bedroom with Carolina sleeping right next to us.
All right.
So I was in a hypnagogic state myself.
There it is.
Sweet, dude.
But perhaps most telling is what happened to Albert Bender in the mid-50s. Ooh. That was when Albert Bender met his future wife, Betty.
Oh.
The two were married pretty soon after that, and from that point forward, as far as we know, there were no more visitations from the Men in Black.
Well, she just she put a stop to it.
Well, she just started having sex with him. And so we could stop, because a part of his fantasy, I don't even think we got to, was that when he was talking about when he went to Antarctica, is that he was also surrounded by 3 giant-breasted greys that were rubbing lotion all over his skin to cure his hypochondria.
Yeah.
And it got very graphic. And a part of it was that, and so now once he's got his wife doing the lotion rubbing, then he doesn't need to think about aliens all the time.
All right.
Which I think is a cop-out.
Honestly, that's the happiest ending that I can think of when it comes to an alien expert or someone who's been visited by the Men in Black. He got married, he found love, Henry.
Yeah, he moved to California, managed a hotel for the rest of his life, and died happily at the age of 94.
94?
All I know is that my fiance and I are as deep involved in the alien scenario as 2 human beings could be together, and it provides us shooting. You need to find someone that's not going to deny the best part of you, and also because it makes it all steamy in the bedroom.
I don't know if he really regretted not being able to be haunted by the Men in Black any longer. I think she might have saved him.
I think he was very happy to put all that behind him.
Yeah, it seems very stressful.
Whatever. Never put down the torch.
Coming off
I will never put down my sword and shield against the alien menace. But a part of this, so these are just some theories about what the Men in Black are, and we are just scratching the surface.
No,
we're at the
next episode, we got Mothman. We got the Mandela Effect. We got time cops. We got vampires. And we got the great beast 666 himself, Aleister Crowley.
Wow.
So good.
All right.
And also, nerds going renegade.
Yeah.
So this is just a little bit, man. We're just sticking our fucking toe in. I hope that you guys are ready for this next little leap, because one of my favorite things about this topic is about how deep, balls deep, it goes into all of it, dude. Just stirring that caulk around in that big old lump of sauce, man.
All right, it's a creepy subject, to say the least. I can't wait to delve deeper into it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
No, my favorite parts are still to come.
Very good.
I know. I actually did even have a better Tommy Lee Jones. This is actually real. This is real. Okay. This is much better. I got it.
If
now.
you say I don't want your life in the accent of James Vanderbeek, we have to end the show immediately.
I will not do that.
Okay.
I don't want your life.
That's the closest.
I didn't do it in the vein James Vanderbeek.
Yeah, no, that sounded.
I don't want your life.
All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you all for giving to our Patreon. Without you, none of this is possible. Apologies. We've been so slammed busy these past couple of weeks. We haven't gotten a great interview for you, but we will get one up very, very soon. We promise you that. Is there anything else that we want to talk about?
We'll see you guys out on the road this summer. We've still got there's some tickets available for our San Diego show that we're going to be doing during San Diego Comic-Con this year. Thank y'all so much, and thanks everyone for supporting us day after day, and thanks for supporting all the shows on the Last Podcast Network. You got Abe Lincoln's Top Hat, Page 7, Wizard the Bruiser, Movie Sound with the Mads, all kinds of cool shit, all available over there on lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Absolutely. Anything for you, Henry? I mean, we got the social meds.
We will be finding out the exact days for our we'll be finding out the exact times for our show for the new True Crime Festival run by Brightest Young Things.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that the day passes have already sold out.
Wow.
And we will be,
really?
so we'll keep a lookout for those tickets that will be released, and that True Crime Festival will be held during November 3rd and 4th.
Yes, cannot wait for that. I mean, I guess people really love lanyards.
Don't they, though?
Wow.
People love lanyards.
I feel like, honestly, I've come around to the landlord after being cuffed by one of those, bracelets.
Oh,
I hate a bracelet. You can't take them off.
They're the worst, yeah.
Lanyards. Go with the lanyards, because you put them over your clothes, and you don't look like an asshole wearing the stupid bracelet all day long, because then you just look like you're an alcoholic, and I already have my face to show that I'm an alcoholic. So follow us on Twitter at Henry Loves You, at Marcus Parks. Don't follow Ben Kissel. He's no longer on Twitter. He got fucked out. He's very, very lucky. Follow us on Instagram to see the highlights of our lives at Dr. Fantasty, at Marcus Parks, at Ben Kissel, the number 1.
Yes.
And follow Last Podcast on the Left on all of the co-opted systems that are used to slowly but surely change our behavior to make sure that the corporatocracy is as comfortable as possible at LP on the Left.
I'm not sure if we should even plug social media anymore, because I think you basically nailed it.
Yeah.
The corporate overlords are like keeping us in line.
Yeah, they are.
They love it.
40 characters at a time. Did I just have a stroke?
Love it.
All right, everyone, hail yourselves.
Hail Satan!
Elgin.
Hail me, and understand, once you delve into the world of the paranormal, the Men in Black are not too far behind.
Magustalations, everyone.
Number of steps, 8,000. Miles run, 6.3. Appetite for lunch, massive. When it's time to refuel, leave the heavy lifting to Uber Eats. Discover a tasty choice of meals delivered to your door, so you can reward yourself and re-energize for your best time yet. Uber Eats. Use code EAT4DINNER to get £10 off your first order when you spend £15 or more before the 5th of October 2020. T's and C's apply.
Some people have an instinct
to protect those in need.
And stop. Those doing harm.
to be there when it matters.
And to be the change their community needs.
If you have the instinct to make a difference, join us.
Become a police officer
And get all the training and support you need.
Make your difference.
Search Join the Police.
and be one of the 20,000 new officers.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the last time.
On the left. That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
More tales of the Men in Black. From Casebook on the Men in Black by Jim Keith. September 26, 1967, a woman named Shirley, saw a silver disc-like object hovering outside the back windows of her home. Her doorbell rang. When Shirley answered, she met an Indian woman in a long, shimmering black gown. "Hello, Pat," the visitor said with a painfully large grin. "My name is Shirley," Shirley said against her will. "I'm sorry, I meant Shirley. Can I have some salt? I need to take a pill." Shirley brought out a box of salt and handed it to the woman. She consumed a handful of salt and forced a pill down her throat. They both watched as the humming from the UFO increased and the UFO took off over the house and into the distance. The woman in black left, and Shirley had bouts of intense nausea. Later that night, 2 men in old-timey black coats and hats pulled up in front of Shirley's home. She thought they were priests. They set up a camera with a massive red light on top of it and took pictures of Shirley's home, and then they left without turning on their headlights. Secrets. November 22nd, 1967. The Edward Christensen family and a relative were traveling north of Maryville, New Jersey, and saw a large sphere of light, glowing red, green, and white, fall from the sky. They called the Air Force and were heavily questioned about what they saw because they had assumed they had seen a crashed airplane. They were interrogated heavily by several different officers who kept calling back through the night. January 9th, 1968, the Christensen family got a knock on the door. 17-year-old Connie Christensen said, "It was the strangest man I've ever seen."
"Does Eric Christensen live here? I'm from the Missing Heirs Bureau. Mr. Christensen has inherited some money."
The man was at least 6'3", around 300 pounds, and couldn't fit through the front door. He said his friends called him Tiny. He had a Russian fur hat, a black suit with thin material not suited for the weather. His head was shaved, but not properly. There were patches of hair untouched, and his eyes bugged out of his skull like thyroid eyes, one of them appearing to be glass. He wore very thick soled shoes. His pants were too short, and when he sat, it revealed he had a green wire coming out of his sock and going into a brown spot on his leg. They asked if he wanted something to eat, and he said,
"I'm on a diet, but in 10 minutes I'll need a glass of water."
10 minutes of questioning them about specifics of Eric Christensen's body, tattoos, birthmarks. Later, his face became beet red, and he requested the water. He took a large yellow pill and he went back to normal. And when he left, he walked out the door, hailed a large black 1963 Cadillac that pulled up with no driver, and it pulled away with no headlights on. Secrets of the Men in Black.
Wow, that's great. There was also Robbie Coltrane from Nuns on the Run.
Very good.
Little known fact.
Very,
all right,
very
everyone.
good.
Welcome to the last podcast on the left. A creepy beginning to today's episode. Yeah. I am Ben Kissel. That is Marcus Parks.
Hello.
And we have the creepy scribe himself, Henry Zabrowski.
I am so terrified of my thoughts since doing this series.
I think we could just end the sentence there.
All night I'm having dreams of Men in Black. Are you having Men in Black dreams, Marcus?
They ended. I was having them. Remember I had the dream where me and you were interrogating a man in black as Carolina slept next to us?
Yeah, you told me that one. I had a dream last night about another story that I had read about the Men in Black, which was that I woke up to see a large man, Kissel size, in a flannel shirt staring at me with a bowl cut at the end of the bed, just staring at me and then dematerializing.
Honestly, that was me from 17 years ago. You met freshman in high school Ben Kissel. Whatever he did to you, I apologize.
Are you a time cop?
Are you a time cop, bro?
Maybe. All right, everyone. We are on to part 2 of our series about the Men in Black. Can't wait to learn some more.
Can I say this at the very beginning? Okay. Y'all gonna need to open up that mind of yours with some brain lube. Yeah. I don't know what it is that you need. For me, it's a stanky glass of whiskey, a couple of edibles, and a big old thick old joint. And I think that you should try some of that before settling in to what we're about to run you through.
Maybe if you're going through sobriety, some ginseng.
Yeah.
Have a little ginseng. I don't know if that opens up the mind or not. Caffeine!
Oh, my mind is always open, man. I don't need no chemical stuff. Well, I mean, many years of hallucinogen abuse,
Right.
which kind of opened it for a while. Like,
Right.
kind of
So open
permanently
that now it's
opened
kind
it.
of being taped back
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
It's like it's sort of like the hardcore championship belt that they had in the WWE. It's shattered and then it duct taped back together to
It's a door that's
sort
kind
of resemble a belt.
It's a door that's hanging off its hinges, and now it's just kind of leaning up. And
Yeah.
it's like you and your buddies call it a door, but really it's a flap.
Yeah, you have to pick up the door, move the door, then put it back after you enter the building. But no, it is a door. It is
It's a door.
So before we get to this week's episode, we got to acknowledge our second source, Casebook on the Men in Black by Jim Keith. It is fantastically written and a very interesting book, even though, admittedly, it can be very confusing at times.
Okay.
Maybe for you plebe. All I do is understand the mind-bending world of the Men in Black.
So, our last episode ended with a discussion of tulpas and the possibility that the modern-day Men in Black were essentially born from the imagination, intelligence, and fear of the proto-nerd Albert Bender.
You know what I tell all the ladies? A UFO boy's imagination is just stronger than the other boys.
I don't think you should tell that to anyone.
Yeah.
But I would like to say I know what a tulpa is. It's a image conjured up solely from the mind.
Well, I mean, not
Very good.
necessarily. I mean,
You know what?
A tulpa.
Honestly, that's farther than I ever thought he'd get.
Thank you. Got it.
but one thing to keep in mind with the Men in Black is that they are by no means a uniform group. They come in many different shapes, sizes, and races with different powers and influence.
Really?
But again, they all share the same thing. Secrets.
Secrets are no fun.
Can you choose to be a fat one or a thin one or a tall one or a short? Yes. When I think of devil's nips, I think of a...
There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.